Off to another day at work. Had a really good lift this morning, and the other guys had a really good lift as well. And it's encouraging, especially when you can look back and see the progress you made, the gains you made, the growth, all of that. And sometimes I think we get into this instant gratification thing, which this isn't going to be a new idea by any means. Plenty of people talk about this, but this instant gratification idea of if I don't get the progress or the gains that I want right away, then something's wrong and I'm going to quit. Well, the question is then, what's your goal? What's your motive? At the end of the day, I think, again, this will sound cliche, but the journey really is the most important part. I think anything that I've found satisfaction in my life has been more in the journey than the actual result. I think about achievements I've had or results that I've had, and yeah, they're great. And I enjoy thinking about those things. But that was 1% of that whole process. That was just the capper on the process. I think the real satisfaction, the real growth came from those days in, days out doing it. And I want to make sure I enjoy those things instead of looking over them to get to the result, to get to the achievement. And I think about this for anything that I'm doing. Can I just enjoy the process? Can I be okay with not being the best at something? And sometimes that's really hard for me. I'm sure that's hard for a lot of people. I've got to be okay with not being the best at something. And with social media the way it is, you see the best of the best and you think everybody is the best of the best. Because guess what? The people who suck are much less likely to post it. It's the people who know they're good, the people who want validation, it's the people who are cataloging or recording their progress, right? So it's not everybody's got bad motives. That's not what I'm trying to say. More so, there are those people with bad motives and completely wrong direction on why they're doing what they're doing. But the fact remains, we don't post our worst stuff. We typically try to post our best stuff. And that best stuff typically will make the rest of us think they just got there immediately. Saw some guys on a roof, wondered if I knew them. We'll all think as we look at that thing, wow, that person is the way they are. But we don't see the journey, we don't see all the sacrifice, we don't see the skills they learned over the years. And let that be a lesson of how quickly envy ignores work. You see somebody with a bunch of money, and then you decide, how dare they? They must have stolen to get it. They won the lotto. They just fell into it. They got lucky. I think luck probably has a little bit of a role to play in it, because you could have two people with the same exact idea and execute the same, and one may succeed and the other one might not. I think there is a magic to it. But I think that magic is also very influenced by who you know and the connections you have. But the fact remains that people work extremely hard and do long hours, and then somebody else looks at it, oh, they have a bunch of money. Maybe they earned it. And just like art skills or music or working out, we look at somebody and all we see is the result, and we don't think about how much it took them to get there. And you could really hurt yourself by not just enjoying the process. Because if you focus too much on the result and not at all in the process, well, that result is going to fade. And then you need a new result in order to get that next high. And you look at somebody, Michael Phelps talks about, after he won all of his medals and retired from the Olympics, he fell into deep depression. Why? Because it defined him. And what was he going to do after that? And I pray that he can look back and enjoy the journey that he was on. But it is very easy for us to get one-track mind and the medal or nothing. I just want that medal. The medal is what I'm thinking about. Okay, you earn it, and then it sits on a shelf, and then what do? You gotta go for another medal. I would rather, just in my life, I'm not making judgments, I would rather in my life enjoy the journey, not get the medal, learn a bunch of lessons every single day. So that's my thought for the morning. That's what I'm going through. Everything you do, figure out the lesson in it. Good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. There's probably a lesson in it, something you can take away from it. Be an observer and a student of your own life. All right, that's it.